spot. Don Scheffler 6th, as we're set to go back to green flag action for the remaining 3 laps in tonight's Sportsman feature.
Don Source back on the button. Konjerski on the inside. LeMay on the outside. LeMay now tucks immediately to the inside behind Konjerski on the restart. Down into turn 1, the top 3 cars are single file. Dan Source looking for traction, gets tapped by Lee Voss. He gets straightened up. No, he doesn't. He goes to the infield big time with Scheffler. And Source mixing it up again. Voss got into Dan Source. Source got a bit sideways in turn 2. Scheffler in the entire order up front. The top 3 cars are pulled away with 2 to go. Voss now in 4th, and 5th is Chad Rathke. And now Dan Source and 3. Scheffler get into it once again, and Danny Mack gets peeled back like a ham in a can.
Mack's moving around in the automobile. He is okay. Danny now unbuckling himself in the automobile. We obviously, with the removal of the top on that machine, have an excellent vantage point as Dan Source, your 1995 champion, climbs out of his automobile. Please stay well back from the fence. We'd like everybody to stay well back from the fence. A rather serious incident late in tonight's Sportsman feature event erupting when it looked like, from my vantage point, Don Scheffler's automobile faltered coming off the corner. It looked like Scheffler quite possibly lost power. That scattered the field. Scheffler took a pretty good hit into the outer retaining wall, but made his way back over to the pit area. Not so lucky were Dan Source and Dan Meck. Meck bearing down on the Dan Source machine, hit it a ton, and you see the result.
Well, I've seen Dan Meck's car without a body on for some open shows, but I'm sure this is not how he wanted to end his point season, with the body peeled back involuntarily by the right rear of Dan Source's number 14. Luckily, those guys are out and walking around. Sheer adrenaline, probably, if these guys are banged up or bruised up at all, have overtaken any sort of soreness. Don Scheffler did head back to the pit area in car number 3. Something perhaps did go wrong with the City Vet taxi number 3 as he made his way up the front stretch. Took Source to the wall, and unfortunately, Source got the worst of it.